Hello, everyone.
Hi, you're joining us for tea, and it's tea time with Melissa and DJ Dials.
Woo!
I'm
Cheers.
DJ Dials, cheers,
I'm Melissa.
and you're going to recount with us some of our favorite stories about raving at the club. Melissa, as you know, from her many years of being the it girl of San Francisco, ran 1015 Folsom for 8 years. With 1015, there's been so many good nights that it's almost hard to recount them because there's been so many standouts, right? There isn't just like, oh, one or two good times. There's literally 20, like top 20 unbelievable life-changing shows.
Well, I think that one of my favorite nights of 1015 was actually from last year, and it was the what's it called? Ross from Friends
And
and
Nightmares on Wax.
Nightmares. And
That
who
was a
else?
fucking great show.
It was the third act that was like, who played before Ross from Friends?
I do these things called super parties where I spend all this money and I don't make any money, and it's like a lot of work for nothing, but it's like an amazing party. And that night it was Nightmares on Wax upstairs, Ross from Friends live, and then Luke Vibert, who's like this fucking amazing legend. Some other ones I've done, the super parties have been like
Thundercat.
uh, Thundercat and Todd Terje,
Mm-hmm.
George Clinton and Odyssey. We did Barack Assam System's last show with Green Velvet in the basement before like Green Velvet was like a thing. Okay, what was your most bought rider item in 8 years? What was the thing that you had to get the most of?
Most bought,
Yeah,
purchased,
hummus, pita chips,
definitely
what?
100% hummus.
How much hummus do you think you bought in your life for the club?
Like like at least 100 pounds of hummus.
You think you bought 100 pounds of hummus?
For sure. You know what the most ridiculous thing I had to buy was like the 300 pillows from IKEA. But so back to Black Coffee, it was he played last year for our 30-year anniversary on October 15th, 10:15, and his set was actually supposed to be at 10 p.m. But ironically, I went to go pick him up with the driver, and we got rear-ended really bad. So we actually had to hop out of the car and walk to the club. We were only about 3 blocks away, and we needed like a moment to reset. So we actually ended up pushing his set time by 15 minutes. So Black Coffee played on our 30th anniversary at 10:15 Folsom on 10:15 at 10:15 p.m.
We're like forgetting like
Well,
800 crazy nights.
how about when Dave Chappelle showed up to the J Electronica show, and this is what happened.
Uh,
Show was over. Well, house lights were up, and he comes back down, Dave Chappelle, and is like, Melissa, can you put those lights back on? And I was like, what lights? He was like, like those like moving ones. I was like, the club lights? I was like, the show's over. And he was like, no, it's not over. And so I put the club lights back on. The show, like everyone's like pretty much already gone. There's only about 100 people left in the room, and he literally has this epic rap battle / dance battle.
It was like karaoke. It was like he would be on stage with Electronica. He'd be like, "Yo, Electronica, what's your favorite Steely Dan record?" And he'd be like, "Oh, I like Reeling in the Years." He'd like, "Yo, play that DJ," and they'd play fucking Steely Dan, and everyone would sing along. And they'd be like, "All right, what about Tom Sawyer by Rush?" Like they were singing along to all these classic rock songs.
I mean, Dave Chappelle was also doing the Worm on the dance floor in the
That
middle.
was a good one. You made me get out of bed to come back to that one.
Fortet was the show where we had to dim all the lights down. Well, we've done multiple shows with Fortet, because also there was the show that we did Fortet and Jamie XX, which was so awesome, except for that they went over like 3 hours, and so all the security is just like in my ear being like, get them off stage, and I was like, I don't feel comfortable going up to Fortet and Jamie XX to be like, stop DJ.
Yeah. Hey, Jamie, Kieran, you know that vibe you guys brought here? Yeah, we need to end that. You need to stop the vibe right now.
I was just like, I'm not doing that. So I had to go pick up Method Man and Redman from the airport. I had offered to get them a driver, but they were like, no, it needs to be you. We need you to go rent an Escalade and drive it to the airport and pick us up. I was like, okay. So I get the Escalade, I drive to the airport, I get Method Man, and we're looking for Redman. We keep circling, we're like looking for Redman, and he's just like, this is ridiculous. Like, why don't you know where he is? And I'm like, I thought you guys were on the same flight. I also thought you guys were homies. Like, why didn't you stay together? Very confused. And we circled around for about like 15, 20 minutes, and finally we gave up when Redman called us and was like, hey, I'm in the city. And we are like, you went to San Francisco without us? And he was like, yeah, I do my own thing. Like, I'm at the mall getting some shoes. And we're like, I'm serious right now. So Method Man, for some reason, is still mad at me. And he starts freestyle rapping about me, saying how he's mad at me and how I was late and how he's just like super irritated. And it was like cool because Method Man was freestyling about me, but it was also not cool because he was just talking shit to me at the same time.
Remember Doja Cat? How many times Doja Cat played 3 times, I think, at 10:15, and now she's like the biggest thing in the world.
That's so weird. I don't even remember one Doja Cat show. I didn't even know we worked with her before.
So the owner of 10:15 Folsom, is a man by the name of Ira Sandler. Hi, Ira. Say hi.
Hi, Ira.
Hi. And he was very kind in replying with some answers to some of these questions. So how and when was the venue established? So Ira bought it on September 1st, 1989, but Ira Sandler, began to throw parties there as a promoter in 1986, the first one August 9th, 1986. And those parties were called Das Club. It was a goth club. And the next question is, what is unique about your venue? Any fun facts or stories you can share about the venue? Well, obviously, there's just too much fun because the place is a madhouse of fun. But one thing that Ira said is that it's been compared to the Winchester Mystery House, and that the club and the space is always evolving and in constant recreation. And just knowing from my first times there and your first times there, we've definitely seen the club evolve. Like, it's definitely like, it's not to brag, but everyone on the team is literally always trying to make it better and make it cooler, and we take every bit of criticism to heart, and as inspiration to constantly improve everything about the experience. So,
like, you asked me earlier what my favorite shows were, and like obviously there's the music, which is like a huge factor, but for me, when I've had really, really good nights, it's when the guests are very happy and that we have like such a good mixture of people and the vibe is right. And that last piece, I think, is what makes it a magical night. And I feel like our community at 15, like we always strive for guest experience, and it's because of that.
I think that the one thing that's different about 10:15 that no other club really does is that, my shows are open format and we're radically inclusive, meaning I want every kind of person, every kind of person, every kind of person. I want them to come to the club. It's a big melting pot. Like, it's not just a place where there's techno and house. It's not just a hip hop club. It's not a bottle service club. It's not a warehouse club. It's not a bass club. And there's not even like, let's say I have a bass night. I'll fuck it up. I put in some house DJs in the front. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do everything I can to make it as diverse and inclusive as possible, and radically inclusive. I mean, having these principles of San Francisco, keeping it weird, keeping it open, keeping it free, keeping it, for the people, by the people, has been kind of the things that I inherited from Ira, the owner, in terms of like my style of promoting and my style of event planning. So, yeah, what do you think is unique about 10:15 Folsom?
I think that with the way that the club is formatted and built, the multiple rooms, the way that it's booked with multiple genres being all under one roof in one night, and all the people that come to it to see, like, someone upstairs, someone downstairs, someone in the main room. I think it just creates this really magical and incredible moment that you can't get anywhere else.
Melissa, hi Melissa. Tell me, what kind of opportunities are there if people want to donate some money or buy some merch?
Okay, if you want to donate money or help the cause, there are several ways to do it. Tune in, watch the festival,
Hell
donate
yeah.
on our live stream. That's the first way. Second way is that there's raffle tickets available with some really amazing prizes. We have Outside Lands 2021
Bang, bang, bang.
tickets, lots of other prizes as well. You can see it on our website, www.revivethenightsf.com. Outside of just donating in the raffle tickets, we also have some really awesome merch that our designer, Jon Marsh, was able to create for us. Hoodies, sweatpants, socks, bucket hats.
Bucket hat.
It's still COVID, so we still need to get cozy. So go on our website, buy that merch, buy that raffle ticket, come party with us this weekend. Let's do it.
Bang. All right, this has been Tea Time with Melissa and DJ Dials. You guys be safe, wear a mask, and we'll see you soon. All right, love you. Bye.